There was a man who changed the course of history. A general who shook Rome. Carthage was southwest of Rome, across the Mediterranean, and these two superpowers would inevitably clash. Carthage had been defeated in the First Punic War, but the struggle was far from over. As a boy, his father Hamilcar had made him vow to fight relentlessly against Rome. Years later, Hannibal did the impossible, riding his elephants across the Alps. And finally, he reached the heart of Italy and terrorized Rome. Rome and Carthage faced off as the two superpowers of the Mediterranean. The First Punic War ended with a Roman victory. Carthage lost its navy. The Barca family turned to a new strategy to avenge Carthage. Hamilcar led his family on an expedition to Iberia. He established new colonies in Iberia and amassed wealth. Carthaginian discipline and culture were implanted in the region. Hamilcar kept little Hannibal close to him. Under his father's tutelage, Hannibal learned the tactics of war. And one day, he swore eternal hatred for Rome. Hannibal did something Rome never expected. He decided to lead his army across the Alps. With thousands of soldiers, horsemen and war elephants, his army began the arduous climb. The Alps were not only a natural obstacle, but also a deadly enemy. Food became scarce, the cold took lives. But Hannibal did not give up. Half the army was lost on the way, but he crossed the Alps. Rome never expected such an attack. It is considered one of the greatest strategic moves in military history. Hannibal was marching into the heart of Rome. A leader who defeated nature, not the enemy, Hannibal. The Roman armies would now face a nightmare from the north. And this was only the beginning. Hannibal first met Rome at the Trebia River. The Romans were walking into a trap in the icy water. Carthaginian cavalry emerged from the trees. The Roman ranks crumbled. Carthage had its first great victory. This was only the beginning. The Roman army was advancing along the shores of Lake Trasimene. Behind the fog, Hannibal was in ambush. The Carthaginian army attacked from the hills. The Romans didn't know what hit them. The lakeshore turned into a bloodbath. Rome suffered its second great blow. Rome marched on Hannibal with 100,000 men. It was the day of decision at Cannae. Hannibal deliberately left his center weak. Rome pressed from the center. But it was a trap. The flanks surrounded Rome. The double flank tactic succeeded. Thousands of Roman soldiers were slaughtered. It was the greatest defeat in Roman history. The Senate couldn't even find soldiers to return to the city. Rome's morale collapsed. But Hannibal did not march on Rome. The course of history changed. Despite losing tens of thousands of soldiers at Cannae, Rome did not surrender. The Senate did not even make a single peace proposal. Rome began to grow stronger from within. Meanwhile, a young commander was coming to the fore, Publius Cornelius Scipio. Scipio, whose father and uncle had died in the war, assumed responsibility. His first target was Carthage's bases in Spain. He introduced a new tactical approach: speed, intelligence, psychological superiority. One by one, the Carthaginian bases in Spain fell. Scipio was not just a soldier, he was a strategist. His plan was clear: Rome had to hit Carthage on its own soil. Rome was no longer on the defensive, but on the offensive. The war was now in Africa. 202 BC, two geniuses faced each other on the plain of Zama. Hannibal launched the first attack with elephants. Scipio defended his lines with special corridors. The Roman cavalry moved to the enemy rear. The Carthaginian army was collapsing. Hannibal was forced to leave the battlefield. Carthage surrendered. Hannibal was now just in exile. He fled east from Anatolia, hiding for years. Rome never forgave him. When he realized he would be caught, he took his own life. Rome prevailed, but Hannibal became a legend. On the map you see the territory of ancient Carthage. The greatest enemy of the novel was thus defeated. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, let's not forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more.